So this is an area back in May. I found a lot of float rock, sheared myelinitic mudstones, and it has a lot of quartz in it. So they're all floats, but it's on a glacial fluvial gravel deposit. So I did some interpretations with orthophotos and was able to trace the possibility of the origin of these floats to several gulches along the side. This is Ramos Creek, looking upstream. And so I went up the gulches and finally found the source of this rock. So I just brought everyone into here to show how this all started as far as discovering the shear zone, the quartz shear zone that we'll be going up to next. And Len, if you want to do a close-up, please.
Sure.
You can see the quartz in here, and actually through a side view, but this is all myelinitic. You can't really see it from this view here, but it's a different colored rock. It's kind of light green, and it's different from all of the rocks all through the property area. So I thought of interest to try to track it down to find out where it came from. If there was only one or two pieces here, I wouldn't have bothered, but there's like tens of pieces all through here in this gravel deposit.
And they're still pretty subangular? So
Yes, they're subangular. So
they're close
I kind
by.
of figured they haven't traveled more than 500 meters. So, and if you just point up there, Len, there's a gulch up in there that we're going to go up into and find the source of this rock.
Okay.
That's it. This is from the last video where I was finding float of quartz sheared rock. And so this is one of the gulches where I actually found the source of that rock down here. So it's quite exciting. And as you can see here, there's kind of myelinitic zones of mudstone, quartzite. It's just crushed rock and shearing, and a lot of quartz that's been stretched out. And there's quite a bit of quartz in this section, probably 50% or more. And what's nice here too is we got a 5 meter wide section here. That's all obscured to my right, but there's another 5 meter section to our left. So I think there's about a 15 meter zone of this sheared quartz.
It continues all the way up.
Yeah. So, and the nice thing about it too, it strikes right down to Lightning Creek upstream from the crosscut, the 2012 crosscut, where we mined part of the deep lead channel. So this is striking right into the upstream portion of the deep lead channel. So it's a good spot where it could be the source rock for the gold. And what I think this myelinitic zone, with all that shearing going on, if there's any coarse gold in it, this is like a factory just smoothing out and shearing gold. Drains into those flakes that we mined out of the crosscut, those flaxseed size flakes. So this is kind of a perfect situation to form those flakes. And also there wasn't much pyrite concentrate, hardly any at all in the deep lead bulk sample. And there's no pyrite in here, so it's kind of looking like a different type of mineralization as opposed to a quartz vein with mineralized with sulfides, or replacement type style of mineralization again with sulfides. So this is new, so we'll be sampling this, but we almost need a rock saw to do some channeling. But we're going to try to take a 20 kilogram sample today. And the other thing too, if it's all coarse gold in here, all of our assays measuring pulverized rock, which is or micron size pulverized rock, well, it's not going to pick up the coarse grains because they just, if you could explain that, how all the assays work, like
just the way that they run the sieve. It could sieve out if the coarse gold is there, it could sieve it out, or depending on where they take the pulp, they could just miss that one coarse gold grain. So just because the assays show 0, it doesn't necessarily mean that there's not gold in the rock. It's just when you're dealing with a coarse gold system, it's that much more difficult to find the gold.
Yeah, so that's kind of my theory, is that all the coarse gold, well, you know, it's not theory, it'll all be in the screen, and they only assay what goes through the screen. So I'm going to try to get a special procedure to have the material in the screen assayed. So hopefully we might come up with some coarse gold in some of the next assays. Anything else you wanted to add?
No, I 100% agree with you here. This is showing like high degree of strain and tons of repetitive sheeted quartz vein sets where it's boudinaged and everything pinches and swells, and that's kind of typical for mineralization styles in North America. And the nice thing about sheeted sets is you get where the quartz can interact with the host rock, and yeah, it's good for mineralization.
Mm-hmm.